So what's the deal about NoFap? What is NoFap? Is this part of self-improvement? Is it done for religious reasons? We're going to discuss what NoFap is after this, so keep watching. So today we're here with Dr. George Toutiatos, author, a biopathologist, former bodybuilder, competitive bodybuilder, author of 2 books, maybe a third. And I thought we'd talk about something a bit different today. I mean, we talk about TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. For some men, that's part of the whole self-improvement movement. And the whole self-improvement movement is another category that men, particularly young men, look to do to kind of improve where they are from baseline, as far as whether it's physical performance at the gym, to this concept of NoFap. Now, NoFap is supposed to represent men who are looking to give up pornography or frequent masturbation, or there may be religious connotations to why one would not fap. And fapping is, I guess, a euphemism or another term for not masturbating or ejaculating. So, Dr. George, good to see you, and thanks for talking about this bit of some would call it a cringe-worthy subject, especially for us. Well, we're in our late 40s, and lots of the young guys in their 20s are talking about this NoFap, and I don't know. You tell me what your thoughts are.
Yeah, I'll tell you my personal experience. Now, I've been through this a lot during my years of as a teenager. Okay, before getting laid with a woman in my youth. I believe that teenagers start to experience and discover their sexuality and their genitalia by masturbation, but sometimes this was related with losing power or lack of energy, feeling drained, perhaps lack of IQ, breaking out with acne. Now, also, some believe that it's not a good idea to go to the gym right after sex or right after masturbation and ejaculation. Personally, I believe that this old
myth,
I would say this old perception of staying away from sex before a critical game, a soccer game, that the coaches were giving orders, was, first of all, not to lose so much energy during sex and stay up all night, Okay. And second, I was watching Raging Bull back in the 80s with Bob De Niro, and Martin Scorsese was the director. Now, during the filming, in the script, it was Jake LaMotta, which was Robert De Niro. Vicky was his wife, and just before boxing, he asked her, "Please, can you give me oral sex, because we didn't sleep the late weeks." So she gave him an oral sex, but just before ejaculation, he pulled her back, and he had cold water with ice in his penis in order to stop the ejaculation. Yeah. Now, Hertog in his book says,
Dr. Hertog.
Dr. Hertog, yes. If you ejaculate, you have elevation of prolactin that is inhibitory to the testosterone.
Yeah, and dopamine goes down.
Yeah, so if you don't ejaculate, then this is all good with the hormones. So I guess that the key is to fool around, but do not come.
So what was that called?
Now, the correlation with acne is that perhaps testosterone DHT elevates. That is related also to breaking out.
Or is it just
acne.
Because you're a teenager and you tend to
perhaps
get
also, yes.
As well as we said that. So, and then apparently there are, I guess that there are a group of young men that feel that they're unproductive with their lives by just sitting around watching pornography and masturbating all the time.
Personally, I was not masturbating when I was in a relationship. So it's a way of losing energy, and you should save your sperm for your partner instead of fooling around with yourself, unless you're a loner and you need, of course, to release and unleash.
Well, I mean, I suppose it goes back to remember the Monty Python film where they have, especially in Catholicism, every sperm is sacred.
Yeah,
Not one is
but
quite
sometimes
the same.
it's stupid. I mean, unless you're a loner and you have too much of sex driving, you need to unleash and release all this energy and all this passion that you have hidden inside.
So,
Right after you have a good sleep, because serotonin elevates.
yeah. So should you? I mean, have you gone to the gym?
Right after, yes.
Yeah.
I was 27 years old, was very enthusiastic. But lately, I'm trying to avoid it. Also, having sex right after gym is not a good idea.
Right
Because
after the gym or before the gym?
right after is not a good, it doesn't work because all the blood goes to the physiology, to the muscles. There's not much left for your cavernous bodies. And especially if you take ephedrine, it vasoconstricts peripherally the vessels, so you're not going to have an erection.
Right. So don't do your, was it ECA stack, ephedrine, caffeine, aspirin,
Yes.
and expect
I
to
believe the
have,
best timing for sex is first thing in the morning when you have the good erections. And of course,
and the highest level of testosterone is usually in
yes.
the morning when you're not on TRT.
Yes. And perhaps late in the afternoon, but not late in the evening, because this will affect your recovery, your sleep, and whatever that is.
Okay. I just want to say one more thing. So there's an article from Scott Gottlieb, which I think it quotes a study from JAMA in 2004, where it says frequent ejaculation may be linked to a decreased risk of prostate cancer. Now, we can't speak for the urologists, or really for the authors of the study.
I would say more certainly for the BPH, for the stenosis of the prostatic portion of the urethra, that along with Cialis, for instance, it's helpful, this combination. And actually, this is one of the indications of Cialis use, the tadalafil use. When you have stenosis,
So
of the prostatic portion of
tell
the
everyone
urethra.
what stenosis is.
Stenosis means narrowing.
Narrowing. Okay.
Yes.
So if you open it up, if you dilate it,
Yes,
then you're going to
exactly. You have a
relieve
relief
some of the
during urination.
Now, one of the reasons that I've understood that frequent masturbation may help, and I think it was in the study, at least a few times a week, either through any sort of ejaculation to help, I guess, clear out, detoxify the prostate. I don't know if that's the right.
I'm not sure, but I believe from a physiologically perspective, all this semen needs to find a way to clear.
So are NoFappers putting themselves in potential harm's way by going very long time, 6 months or longer, without?
But in medicine, even the monks ejaculate during at night. I would say they're not willing to do this, but in their dreams they have this.
Nocturnal emission.
Yes.
So wet dreams.
Yes. Yes.
Right.
But this is out of the will, it happens while you're sleeping.
So it doesn't count. Does it? So, all right, well, if you are practicing no fapping, or if you've had a good experience with it, let us know in the comments. If it hasn't had any improvement in your self-improvement regime, let us know as well. If you'd like us to discuss more topics like this, do let us know in the comments as well, and consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell for future content of any kind, really. So, all right, thanks.